The Real Opinion is brought to you by Rainstorm Car Wash. Get in and get clean today.
We're now joined by the man with the real opinion, Mr. Geno Reynolds. Thank you so much for being here. We're talking today about Rob Zombie's latest feature film.
The Lords of Salem.
The Lords of Salem, definitely up for an Academy Award, I'm sure.
Yeah, more like a raspberry, I'm sure.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so what did you think?
Well, before people think I'm going to be the Rob Zombie hater, I have not seen House of a Thousand Corpses and The Devil's Rejects, and I actually kind of dug his Halloween movies.
Okay, yeah.
So I wasn't going into this thinking, yeah, this is going to be bad. But after watching it, and Rob Zombie has come out and said, I'm not going to direct any horror films for a while. I say thank you, Mr. Zombie, thank you.
Maybe there might be a reason for that.
I don't know. It came out on very few screens, and it just has not done very well. And after watching it, I can see why. This movie, of all the bad things, I'll only talk about a few because I don't have a lot of time.
All right.
The first is the acting. He cast his wife in the lead role. Now, I don't have a problem with it when, say, the wife or the husband or the friend is a good actor or actress.
Let's say Brad Pitt was making a movie and cast Angelina Jolie as
that
the
would be
main
fine.
actress. Right.
But his wife, I'm sure she's a lovely lady, but she cannot act her way out of a wet paper bag. The way I described it in my blog is, and this is hard to say, she overacts and she is bland. And I don't really know how to explain that, but if you watched it, I think you would understand.
Okay.
And everyone around her, there's one or two okay performances, but most of the time it's her and her by herself and her reacting to these weird things happening around her, and it was weird and boring.
Right. How did the plot kind of stack up? Because I don't know much about the Lords of Salem storyline.
The quote unquote plot was all set up and no real payoff. It's about the Salem witch trials at first and how they ended, and now it's supposedly the witches trying to come back and exact their revenge on this main character who may or may not be a surviving family member of the witch hunter's leader.
Oh, okay.
And really, it could have been a decent story. The lady's a radio DJ, and the Lords of Salem, they send her a record, and she plays it, and apparently becomes this huge hit. And that would make sense if this was really a song or something, say like in the movie Jennifer's Body, where there was the band that sold their soul to Satan to become popular.
Yeah.
But this was just these weird noises and sounds and growls, and it was like this, I think, 10 or 12 note music sheet repeated over and over again. And it didn't make any sense why anyone would like this. It gave me a headache by the end of the movie because I kept playing it and playing it. And any time she was seeing visions, they would play this music, and it was so bad.
Was it sort of like The Ring, where like the movie you put it in and
not necessarily.
Things like that?
This music was more. It was something they find it's in a journal. I'm sorry, spoiler territory, everybody. They find it in a journal where it was this devil's music or something. There's actually notes that someone plays on a piano later, and you find out it's this specific type of, I guess, incantation.
Oh, all right.
And the whole thing they set it up, and I will give Rob Zombie credit. He knows how to make a creepy image, but there was no real purpose to all of his creepy images, and he is a musician. It almost felt like a music video.
Really? Okay.
But there wasn't any good music. That was not a lot to see.
So just falling flat for you, kind of on all aspects.
It built up, and then it was over. And there was no real conflict at the end.
Either,
The resolution didn't make sense. They didn't try to change anything. If you're going to see it, rent it, and then ask for your money back.
All right. Thanks, Geno.
Thank you.
Thanks. We appreciate it, and we'll be right back.
The Real Opinion is brought to you by Rainstorm Car Wash. Get in and get clean today.